Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that might literally save your sanity. We are talking about how you can completely bypass the notorious New York DMV waiting room. So if you've got a license renewal coming up, or maybe you've been putting off getting that federal Real ID, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's be real here. We all share this universal dread of the whole DMV process, right? I mean, taking half a day off work just to sit in a hard plastic chair, waiting for a number that feels like it's never going to be called. Yeah, nobody's idea of a good time. But thanks to New York's digital renewal system, you might never have to do that again. This digital solution is an absolute game changer. It's the ultimate time saver, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use it. So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Skipping the DMV line. 2. Your NY ID key. 3. Choosing standard, real, or enhanced. 4. The vision test hurdle. And 5. Fees and finalizing your renewal. That's it. 5 simple steps to digitally renew or upgrade your license with zero panic. Let's get into it. All right, jumping right into section 1, skipping the DMV line and avoiding that waiting room. Okay, so it is absolutely crucial to know your exact renewal timeline. You don't actually have to wait for your birthday to sneak up on you. You can start the renewal process a full year before your expiration date. But if you miss that deadline, things get messy. Let's say you're driving with a license that's been expired for more than 60 days. You're suddenly looking at fines between $75 and $300 plus surcharges. And honestly, here's the massive penalty for waiting too long. If you let that license sit expired for 2 full years, you literally have to start from scratch. I'm talking retaking the written test, the pre-licensing course, and yes, the actual driving road test. And come on, no one wants to take a road test again as an adult. So you definitely want to get on this now. Moving on to section 2, your NY ID key. Let's unlock that digital DMV portal. Now, to do anything online, you obviously need an account. So you'll want to head over to my.ny.gov and create a personal account. After you verify your email, set up your password, the usual security questions, you're going to need to link your specific MyDMV profile. To do this, grab your wallet because you need exactly 4 things. First, the 9-digit ID number found right at the top of your current license. Then, the last 4 digits of your social security number, your date of birth, and your current zip code. Once you punch all those in, boom, your account is securely linked and you're ready to roll. Okay, pause for a second, because here is a crucial warning that trips up so many people. You must update your address before you click renew. If you've moved since your last license was issued, change your address in the DMV system first. Why is this so important? Because the U.S. Postal Service will absolutely not forward DMV mail. Seriously, I repeat, they will not forward it. If you forget to update this first, your shiny new ID is going to get mailed straight to your old apartment and you'll be left completely empty-handed. Don't let that happen. All right, section 3, standard, real, or enhanced. Time to choose your ID tier. This is arguably the most important decision you'll make in this whole process. So let's break it down simply. A standard license is exactly that, just for driving. It's not acceptable for federal purposes, and eventually you won't even be able to use it to board a domestic flight. Next up, you have the real ID. You'll know it because it has a little star on it. This one is federally compliant, which means you can use it to board a domestic flight within the U.S. or enter a federal building. And finally, the whole shebang, the enhanced ID, which has a little flag on it. This does everything the real ID does, but it also kind of acts like a mini passport for crossing the U.S. border by land or sea, like from Canada, Mexico, and even some Caribbean countries. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, okay, but what's this going to cost me? Well, here is some surprisingly great news. Upgrading from a standard to a real ID costs absolutely nothing extra. Yep, $0. You just pay your normal renewal fee. However, if you do want that border-crossing superpower of the enhanced ID, that one carries a $30 additional fee on top of your normal renewal costs. Now, if you are upgrading to a real or enhanced ID, there is a little bit of a catch. You have to actually prove you live where you say you live. And that means providing 2 very strict proofs of New York residency. We're talking things like a bank statement, a pay stub, or maybe a utility bill. But listen closely to this part. These documents must have been issued within the last 365 days. And this is huge. P.O. boxes are completely unacceptable. No way around it. Oh, and if you've got electronic bills, totally fine, but you literally have to print them out on physical paper before you submit them. Moving right along to section 4, the vision test hurdle. Gotta prove you can see. So this is a somewhat unique New York requirement, and man, it trips up so many people trying to renew online. To renew your license, you obviously have to prove you can still see the road. Specifically, they want a Snellen test score of 2040 or better. Now, sure, you can trek into a DMV office to take this test for free, or you can have a medical professional, like your eye doctor, physician, or even a registered nurse, examine your eyes and fill out the specific form, the official MV619 vision test report. But what if you really don't want to go to the DMV or the doctor's office? Well, you're in luck because there is a brilliant modern shortcut. You can actually use an approved online vision provider. We're talking services like Clear to Drive, Instant NY Vision Test, or Clear Choice Vision Center. Basically, you pay a small fee, take the test right through your computer or phone, and they submit the results directly to the DMV Vision Registry. It's instant. You can literally do this from the comfort of your couch. Once they submit it, the DMV system automatically knows you passed, and boom, you can proceed with your online renewal. It's fantastic. And finally, Section 5, Fees and Finalizing Your Renewal. Let's talk checkout and office visits. So let's talk about checking out. Can absolutely everyone do this completely online? Well, almost everyone. If you already have a real or enhanced ID, or if you're just keeping your standard ID, you're golden. You can renew online for a super fast checkout. However, let's contrast that with the in-office requirements. You absolutely must visit a DMV office in person if you are upgrading to a real or enhanced ID for the very first time. Why? Because they actually need to physically check those residency proofs we talked about earlier. You also got to go in person if you're changing your license class or if you're a temporary visitor updating your DHS paperwork. Okay, let's talk numbers. For a typical standard Class D driver's license, the base renewal fee is $64.50. Not too bad, right? But if you live in the Metropolitan Commuter Transportation District, and that includes the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, plus surrounding counties like Nassau, Suffolk, and Westchester, you've got to pay an additional MCTD regional fee. Basically, this fee is just $1 for every 6 months your license is valid. Since a standard renewal is for 8 years, that just adds an extra $16 to your checkout total. Easy math. And honestly, here is the absolute best part of the online process. The instant you pay, you don't have to sit around waiting weeks just to legally drive. The DMV officially guarantees that you can download and print a temporary license right there in a PDF format right away. Now, your permanent plastic card is still going to take about 2 weeks to arrive in the mail, but this temporary printout, it is fully valid for 60 days. Just fold it up, keep it in your glove box or your wallet, and you are completely covered. So the tools are literally right there at your fingertips. From online vision tests to instant PDF printouts, the days of wasting hours in a dreary waiting room are officially over. If your expiration date is creeping up on you, ask yourself, are you going to let the bureaucracy steal another whole afternoon? Or are you ready to renew from your couch today? It's time to reclaim your time, log on to my.ny.gov, and finally conquer the DMV. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.